All right. Okay, Daz, we have it on the spine corrector. Okay, so I have her sitting in front with her legs over the apex and on top of the barrel. And we're gonna be doing just a quick breath work drill. Okay, so now you can put your arms to your side, and that's fine. And we're gonna start neutral spine position, okay? So think about, instead of like tucking that sacrum under, I think about stacking the shoulders over the sit bones, okay? So with that sitting up nice and tall, that looks beautiful, okay? So before we start your movement, let's just do your big inhale breaths, okay? So let's take a big inhale, fill up the lungs, and exhale, good. And all of this should be diaphragmic breathing, okay? Let's do one more breath, and exhale it out with force. Okay, so I'm gonna start by having her keep everything hips over shoulders. And then we're gonna start, I'm gonna have her keep everything here in a line rather than completely collapsing. But you're gonna draw your chin down and round slightly through your thoracic spine. Good, okay, nice. So you're gonna stay in this position so you can feel your lungs expand. So the arms are down by the side, and this just starts by bringing her into the room before we start her session, so she has the ability to stay present and to start with her breath work like we would on the reformer, okay? So staying and keeping this neutral alignment down here, but thoracic flexion here. I'm gonna have you take a big breath and just fill your lungs up, and exhale it out. Good, how does that feel? And good. So she's trying to still find that dynamic breath to fill up her rib cage, and exhale it all the way out. Take a big inhale breath and restack up the spine all the way sitting up nice and tall. Nice. Okay. So with that being said, we're gonna go right into our side bends. So Des, go ahead and turn to your right. External rotation, and go ahead and send, good, bend in this bottom knee like a Z-sit position, but extend this top leg out.
This way.
Long, right there, good. I'm gonna have you lay over in lateral flexion and start there, okay? So drop your head all the way down, and you're laying in lateral flexion, okay? So I'm checking alignment to begin with, okay? And what I'm gonna have you do is reach out this arm in opposition from this guy, okay? So this guy's gonna be extended, and we're gonna start, because she's already in lateral flexion, and instead of thinking about pulling your lower ribs down here, I want you to think nice and long through her side body. But before she does that, I'm gonna pull her head back, pull the head back to my hand, okay, and start by creating something long. Ready? So we're gonna take an inhale breath, and I'm gonna guide her as she laterally flexes up, okay? So stay right here. As you want to think about drawing your head slightly downward and backward, good. And you're reaching this arm away, okay? So she reaches this away, and slowly exhale as you lower all the way back down, okay? And one more time, think inhale up and reach. Okay, so just the difference between that full flexion and that full bend, and you want to think nice long all the way up through the side body, and exhale as you tip back over. Nicely done. One more, reach in opposition, guide and stretch, beautifully done. And exhale as you lower all the way down, and the arm can come back to the side. Okay, good. So it's more about length from the crown of your head to your tailbone than the full collapse of your sideways line. Awesome, okay. Now we're gonna go Z-sit style. Okay, so I'm gonna have you come up and sit where you're sitting. There you go. And have you Z-sit, so bend that right knee and make it parallel. Good, nice job. So she's gonna be in a Z-sit position, okay? And this inside arm is gonna reach at a diagonal to the front side of this barrel, okay? Now, let's see if I hope that we can see you okay. Okay, now your outside arm, go ahead and extend it. Okay, nice. And I'm gonna have you, now we're gonna go into rotation, okay? Your rotational movement is gonna happen with that outside arm, okay? So go ahead and bring that arm back behind you and look at your arm and where it is, okay? So you don't wanna be in over rotation, but she looks good. So you wanna bring your gaze to where your arm follows. So we're gonna start in that rotational movement. I'm gonna have you slightly bend your elbow, take a big inhale breath, and as she rotates and brings this arm in front of you, I want you to sweep this arm backward. So you're coming in front and adding that rotational movement. A little bit of forward flexion, drawing the knee down, and think about expanding and feeling that stretch in your backside blades. Inhale, bring the arm back and reach behind you. Nice job. Okay, we have two more just like that. Okay, so start by having this arm toward the front of the barrel. Nice job. Okay, and you're going to inhale, sit tall, and start your rotational phase as you rotate and sweep. Okay, so you're in a little bit of flexion, and drawing your chin down and feeling your shoulder blades open apart and stretch and back and derotate. Good. All the way until that full end position, so the spine will follow where the eyes go. Nice job on that rotational phase. Good. Keeping a nice strong arm, and go ahead and de-rotate. Arm comes down to the side. Nice job. And that was your rotational movement. Good. All right, so couple things we have left are your swimmers, okay? So what I'm actually gonna have you do is start by laying belly down on top of your barrel, okay? So go ahead, and I almost like to start in a kneeling position, yeah, right there. And go ahead and put your belly straight down, okay? So I'm gonna look for a couple things. So before she even starts this position, now you're gonna be in front almost slightly on your barrel, but think swimmer. So as we think swimmer, I'm looking at her ASIS, her hip joints, and where she actually is. Okay, now Des, can you lift all 4 of your limbs? Good. Yep. Now, good, nice. Okay, so we're looking for here, and I'll get out of the way. We're going to be looking for a symmetrical hold between her upper and her lower body. Okay, so with having a little bit of a back extension and powerhouse connection, she wants to be able to lift her legs and her arms at the same time. Okay, so go ahead and reach your arms out in front of you. Okay, and your palms can be down, or sometimes it's easier for people with shoulder impingements or forward flexion to have the thumbs up. But I'm going to have you start in full extension. Good. Okay, so, and you want to move in small increments if they're not fully on top of the barrel. But go ahead and lift up your arms and your legs one more time. Okay, good. Can you maintain that hold? Okay, now what I'm going to look for is her head. Go ahead and bring your eyes down, just maintaining the length from her head to her heels, okay, and reaching out through those toes. Good, so lengthening those legs. Okay, now lower and exhale, slowly relax your backside body. Nice job, good. Now we're back. The last thing we're gonna do is swim, okay? So fully engage your powerhouse, connect your abdominals, I saw that, okay? And take a big inhale breath, and stretch out long. Good. All 4 limbs are gonna pick up. She found that sweet spot. And I'm gonna have you raise your right arm and your left leg and switch. Good. So she's gonna alternate the arm and the leg that you move. Good. Trying to keep the eyes and the chin down so it stays in line all the way from head to toe. Good. Let's go one more on each side. Good. I know. I can see her balancing. Good. Last one. Good. And relax your posterior chain. Nice job. Hey, go ahead and scoot the body back. Hey, use your palms to help pick you up. And back to the knees. Okay, so the last thing we have to do is go ahead and take a seat in your, yeah, right there. There goes the words today. Okay, and go ahead and turn to your side. Oh, yes, perfect. Okay, so what I'm gonna have her do is do a side series. Now, we progressed this because I'm taking away surface area. The surface area on her hip is very minimal, so someone with hip limitations, I'd probably omit this and really focus on mat or reformer work before we'd have her do this. So I'm gonna have you start by bringing and scooting your way up so that your hip joint goes directly on top. Nice, good, yes, exactly. Okay, so I'm gonna have you scoot all the way down so that this elbow comes to the floor and it's come directly on top of your shoulder. Okay, nice. So you want your hip on top of your apex, or your greater trochanter, okay? And we're gonna start by creating that side body length, okay? So I'm gonna have you scoot and lengthen out your legs. Okay, good. Okay. How does that feel on your hip?
I'm just tight, but it feels fine.
That's okay. Can you lengthen out your legs? Okay, stack them on top and sideline. Okay, yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, so if I'm looking at her, notice her head first. Okay, her ears tucked, and she's gonna lengthen out. Okay, next thing I'm looking for, are you okay in this position? Good. Elbows directly underneath, and everything's in line. So shoulders stacked, her hips are stacked, and I'm gonna look. Okay, go ahead and point your toes. Okay, good. We're gonna start by keeping and leaving this bottom leg nice straight. I'm gonna have you inhale, lift the top leg, and lower it down. Good, nice job. Inhale on the lift, and exhale on the lower. Good, now I'm holding her hip just to find and keep things squared up, and reminding her to keep her chin out and long. Nice job. Hey, one more. Inhale up, and exhale lower. Okay, now to progress it further, one progression, Des. How you doing?
Good.
Okay, good. She's gonna bring the leg up, top leg up. Good, and hold. Okay, now what the bottom leg's gonna do is raise to meet it, and you're gonna lower both down. Good, I know. With that angle, it's gonna be a little bit different, okay? So nice job with the head. She already elongated her body. Okay, lift up, hold. Bottom leg comes to meet, and she's gonna lower both down. Nice job. Going to relax the side body weight side, and of course we do that on the other side. Nice job. Okay, so the last thing that we have to do is an inverted position. I'm asking my clients, of course, any restrictions that you would have on that position. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and stand up for me, Des. Is I'm going to bring the barrel a little bit closer to the edge. So when we have her lay all the way down with her shoulders, shoulder blades on the mat. That's how we're gonna do it. So what I'm gonna have you do is start by sitting on top of your barrel. All right, okay. So she's gonna have her feet no, exactly right, yes. Okay, so I'm gonna guide you down this. Okay, so she's sitting on top, but it's almost like you're shimmying your weight backward as you start to kind of slightly tuck your pelvic floor. And you can use your feet, and I'm gonna have you lean backward for me. Okay, lean backward, scoot all the way down, and lean. I'm gonna get her into this position. Right, all the way down. Nice. Okay, now I did that wrong. Susan, should we try it again?
Yeah.
I know, that would be my mistake. Ready?
Yep.
All right, swing your legs off. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, this has always been my downfall, but safely to get you into this. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, start by sitting in the wheelhouse. Okay. All right, feet on the floor. Okay, all right, you're gonna use your hands, but I'm gonna help you go up and over the barrel, okay? All right, so pushing into your feet, I'm gonna have you kind of shimmy your way over the barrel. Okay, nice job. And keeping your hips up top, and I'm gonna have you maintain the hold and kind of lean back and lower all the way down, okay? You good?
Yep.
Gonna help you lower all the way down. Okay, so you're resting onto your shoulder blades. Head, neck, and shoulders are gonna be on your hair. Are you good? Okay.
I'm good.
So I know that her lower back is off, okay, but for right now, the whole point is to make sure that she's not on her cervical spine and that her shoulder blades are anchored onto the mat. Does that feel good?
Yep.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna have you, because I don't want to leave her in this position for too long, draw one knee into tabletop, okay, over the heel, draw the other knee into tabletop. Okay, how does that feel?
Really good.
Nice. Okay, all right. We safely did it, Susan. That's a win for us. Okay. Now you can maintain the hold on the ladder barrel. Okay. But what I'm gonna look for, is that her shoulders start to creep up, but she has control in her hips. Okay. Now I want you to kind of pull your belly away from my hands. Good. Maintaining that nice strong spine. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is scissor kicks. Okay. So I'm gonna have you set one leg up, then the other leg up. Okay. And we're gonna start by having her legs over her hip line. Okay, all right. I'm gonna have you. So we're trying to symmetrically gonna move the legs at the same time without shifting your weight. So remember that breath work to pull your abdominals in, and I'm gonna have you lower your right leg down. Good. Okay, now starting position, take a big inhale breath, and you're gonna exhale, start to switch the legs. Good, and hold. Nice, and again, switch, good, and switch. Okay, good. We have about 4 more. I want you to try and dynamically move the legs at the same time. Now she can also flex the feet. Flex the feet, good, nice. So she flexes the feet. Do you feel a nice stretch all the way down those hamstrings and calves? Nice job, good. And she's maintaining that abdominal and belly control and the hold. Nice job, good. Nice, good. We're going for 2 and 1 more. You're gonna bend the knees, pull them back up over your hip line. Nice job. Okay, what I'm gonna do is help you roll all the way up. I completely spaced it. That's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna help you come all the way back up on your barrel as you shimmy your way out. Okay, you ready? Okay. You're gonna move and draw your chin in and roll yourself all the way up. Nice job. All right. Well, Jens, you were a great subject.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome. Okay. Well, that would be it for our spine corrector. And we're going to move on to the lateral barrel. Perfect. We just have to switch rooms.